All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch various development projects in Maharashtra today. Cabinet approves construction of new 4-lane bridge across River Ganga at Patna in Bihar. 2 new AIIMS in Tamil Nadu and Telangana also approved. President Ram Nath Kovind expresses India's support for a stable and prosperous Maldives. Farm loans of over 16 lakh farmers waived in Chhattisgarh. Countdown for the launch of India's communication satellite GSAT-7A begins today at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. All-rounder Hardik Pandya and Mayank Agarwal roped in for the final 2 cricket test matches against Australia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch various development projects in Maharashtra today. He will launch infrastructure and housing projects worth over 41,000 crore rupees. During his day-long visit to the state, Mr. Modi will lay the foundation stones for 2 important metro corridors at a public meeting in Kalyan. Our correspondent has the details.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay the foundation stone of Thane, Bhiwandi, Kalyan Metro 5 and the Dahisar-Mira Bhayandar Metro 9 project. Almost 25 km long Thane, Bhiwandi, Kalyan Metro 5 corridor is expected to be ready by 2021, while the 10 km elevated Dahisar-Mira Bhayandar Metro 9 corridor is likely to be operational by 2022. Mr. Modi will also unveil the low-cost housing project to build about 1 lakh affordable houses under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. After this event, he would proceed to Pune for laying foundation stone for Pune Metro Phase 3. Sonali Gharai Patil, AIR News, Mumbai.
Mr. Modi will also visit Raj Bhavan in Mumbai to release a book titled Timeless Lakshman, based on the famous cartoonist R.K. Lakshman. The Union Cabinet has approved a new bridge across the Ganga River at Patna in Bihar. Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, CCEA, chaired by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, approved the project for construction of 5-kilometer-long new 4-lane bridge parallel to the existing Mahatma Gandhi Setu on NH19. Briefing media persons, Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said the project is likely to be completed by January 2023. Mr. Prasad said,
महात्मा गांधी सेतु के समानांतर पटना में गंगा जी के ऊपर एक 4-लेन ईच का बनने जा रहा है। एक नया पुल उत्तर बिहार और दक्षिण बिहार के लिए एक बहुत ही बदलाव के सेतु के रूप में काम करेगा। इस पर कुल राशि जो खर्चा होगी 2,926.42 करोड़ और ये 3 साल में बनकर तैयार हो जाएगा।
The Cabinet also approved establishment of 2 new All India Institutes of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, one at Madurai in Tamil Nadu and another at BB Nagar in Telangana. These institutes will be set up under the Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana. CCEA also approved the expansion of beneficiaries list under Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said CCEA has cleared expanding Ujjwala Yojana to provide free LPG connection to cover all poor families. Mr. Pradhan said,
सारे गरीबों को जिनके वहाँ एलपीजी कनेक्शन नहीं है वो दरखास्त करेंगे। 14 बिंदु बनाया गया है, उनकी एलपीजी कनेक्शन उनकी परिवार में नहीं है, ऐसा एक एफिडेविट देना पड़ेगा। समाज में सारे परिवारों में सारे घरों में उज्ज्वला योजना पहुंचेगी।
The Cabinet also approved a Memorandum of Understanding MOU between India and France in the field of new and renewable energy. The MOU was signed in October this year. Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel has announced to waive off farm loans to the tune of 6,100 crore rupees of more than 16 lakh farmers. Addressing a press conference after the first cabinet meeting last night, he said, it has been decided to waive off all short-term loans availed by farmers from cooperative and rural development banks. The State Cabinet also decided to set up a special investigation team to probe the deadly Maoist attack at Jhiram Ghati in Bastar in May 2013, which claimed 29 lives. Chhattisgarh Cabinet also decided to provide 2,500 rupees per quintal to farmers for their paddy being sold under Minimum Support Price Scheme. Baghel was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh last evening. Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satyapal Malik has sent a report to the central government recommending imposition of President's rule in the state after expiry of 6 months of Governor's rule there on December 19th. The Governor's rule was imposed in the state on June 20th after BJP withdrew its support, leading to fall of Mehbooba Mufti government. The Governor's rule was imposed by the then Governor N.N. Vohra, who was replaced by Satyapal Malik on August 23rd. Governor Malik had dissolved the Legislative Assembly on November 21st, following claims and counterclaims by the political parties to form the government in the state. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website newsonair.nic.in. President Ramnath Kovind has said that India supports a democratic, stable and prosperous Maldives. Welcoming the Maldives President Ibrahim Mohammed Solih at Rashtrapati Bhavan last evening, Mr. Kovind said the nation is honoured that Mr. Solih has chosen to visit India on his first state visit. He said India attaches highest importance to its relationship with Maldives. He said Maldives can always count on India as a steadfast partner in its progress as a nation. Mr. Kovind said that along with strengthening the bilateral relations, both the country must also enhance the partnership on global issues. The President said India has taken the lead to fight climate change through the International Solar Alliance. He invited Maldives to become a member of the alliance and strengthen its efforts. New Delhi has said it has received a note from Pakistan that they are releasing Indian national Hamid Nehal Ansari today. In response to queries from the media regarding release of Mr. Ansari, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ravish Kumar said it is a matter of great relief, especially for the family members, that 6 years of incarceration of the Indian civilian in Pakistan jail is coming to an end. He said Government of India would like Pakistan to take action to also end misery of other Indian nationals and fishermen whose nationality has been confirmed and who have completed their sentences but continue to languish in Pakistan jails. In Sri Lanka, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that they will form a new political alliance, National Democratic Front, and will register it to contest the next general elections. Mr. Wickremesinghe, who was reappointed Prime Minister on Sunday, said this while addressing a victory rally of his United National Party in Colombo last evening. He said a massive alliance will be formed to establish democracy, and they will safeguard the country with that. Mr. Wickremesinghe said his government will be asking all the political parties as to when they want the general election to be held. The countdown for the launch of India's communications satellite GSAT-7A will begin today at the Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. The satellite will be launched on board GSLV F-11 at 4:10 p.m. tomorrow. While GSLV F-11 will inject the satellite into a geosynchronous transfer orbit, it will be placed in its final geostationary orbit using the on-board propulsion system. GSAT-7A, built by ISRO, will provide communication capability to users in Q-band over the Indian region. The satellite will have a mission life of 8 years. The deep depression over coastal Andhra Pradesh moved nearly northwards with a speed of 11 km per hour. It has weakened into a depression and lay centered at about 20 kilometers north-northwest of Tuni. Met Department said it is likely to move north-northeastwards and further weaken into a well-marked low-pressure area. Cyclone Pethay wreaked havoc in East Godavari district, causing huge losses to standing crops when it made landfall yesterday. More from a correspondent.
Over 62,000 people were evacuated from the affected areas in East Godavari district and surrounding areas to cyclone shelters and relief camps. Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu informed media last night that about 100 villages were affected and 50 roads, including Kakinada Uppada and Talarevu Seashore Road, were damaged. Thousands of trees were uprooted across Kakinada and transport services were badly hit due to cyclone. About a dozen train services were either cancelled or terminated. About 50% of RTC bus services from Kakinada and 70% in Amalapuram depots were cancelled. Meanwhile, state authorities informed that the subsidy will be given to farmers by 20th of this month. Lakshmi, AR News.
All coastal districts of Odisha experienced light to moderate rain during the past 24 hours under the influence of cyclonic storm Pethe. Delhi recorded this season's coldest day yesterday, with the minimum temperature dropping to 6.2 degrees Celsius, 2 degrees below normal. According to Met Office, the maximum temperature was recorded at 22.1 degrees Celsius, a notch below normal. The maximum temperature is expected to hover around 22 degrees Celsius today. And in sports, all-rounder Hardik Pandya and Mayank Agarwal have been roped in for the final 2 cricket test matches against Australia. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, announced their names yesterday. While Pandya has recovered from injury, Agarwal has replaced Prithvi Shaw, who is down with an injured ankle. The last 2 test matches will be played in Melbourne and Sydney. In cricket, chasing a target of 287, India were 128 for 6 in their second innings on the 5th and final day of the second test against Australia at Perth when reports last came in. The hosts are on a course of series-level win after India lost quick wickets at stump yesterday, with skipper Virat Kohli's dismissal in the 20th over of the second innings dealing a massive blow to the team's hopes. India lead the 4-match series 1-0 after their 31-run win in the opening test at Adelaide. Mumbai's Special Court will announce its order on the 26th of this month on Enforcement Directorate ED's plea seeking fugitive economic offender tag for Vijay Mallya. Special PMLA Judge M.S. Azmi said the court will also announce its order on the confiscation of Mallya's properties on the same day. The ED had filed an application before the Special Prevention of Money Laundering Act court requesting it that Mallya be declared a fugitive under the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018. And now, for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Sarabjit Kaur.
Thank you, Anuja. Congress leader Sajjan Kumar getting life term in 1984 riots case and 3 Congress CMs taking oath of office are the main news covered on the front pages of all the dailies today. Acquittal by lower court overturned. Kumar told to surrender by December 31st is a headline in Hindustan Times on the Congress leader Sajjan Kumar being sentenced to life imprisonment. Justice delayed, not denied, mentions the ancient age, while the Times of India says verdict could hurt Congress revival in Delhi. The Statesman writes, High Court calls for law against genocide. On the recent political developments, the Asian Age writes, 3 Congress CMs took oath in Hindi heartland. All eyes were on opposition unity. The Mail today states, 1984 shadows big day for new MP CM Kamal Nath, while the DNA headlines, hours after swearing in, new Madhya Pradesh Chhattisgarh CMs announce farm loan waivers. The Cabinet approved amending 2 existing laws to provide legal backing for voluntary seeding of Aadhaar with mobile numbers and bank accounts is a headline covered in the Tribune. The Times of India writes, Aadhaar to be voluntary for mobiles bank accounts. In a first, India flies military aircraft using blended biojet fuel, states the Pioneer. A Truecaller report has noted that 91% of spam calls in India come from telecom service providers, states the Financial Express. But Brazil has taken over India as the most spammed country in the world. And finally, now know your auto fare via Google Maps, writes the Asian Age about the new feature introduced in Google Maps where commuters in Delhi will be able to save both time and money. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Sarabjit. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch various development projects in Maharashtra today. Cabinet approves construction of new 4-lane bridge across River Ganga at Patna in Bihar. 2 new AIIMS in Tamil Nadu and Telangana also approved. President Ramnath Kovind expresses India's support for a stable and prosperous Maldives. Farm loans of over 16 lakh farmers waived in Chhattisgarh. Countdown for the launch of India's communications satellite GSAT-7A begins today at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. All-rounder Hardik Pandya and Mayank Agarwal roped in for the final 2 cricket test matches against Australia. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.